My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. Next up at UFC 263, we have Lauren Murphy versus Jojo Calderwood. This is an interesting, I think all these fights are interesting, and that's why we do this, because we love it. So don't give me a hard time for saying interesting all the time. But this is an interesting matchup because we have Lauren Murphy, who's on the wrong side of 35, but she is 4-1 in her last 5, 4 in a row. Just a physically imposing, just absolute like beast in there, right? She's just very physically imposing, forces her will, muscles her way to things. And then we have Joanne Calderwood, who's a little more technical. She's 3-2 in her last 5, but alternating wins and losses. What I like and don't like about this is Lauren Murphy was a solid underdog in her last few fights. The problem is if she can't use her physicality, she's kind of stuck, right? It's either I bully my way into these situations, I bully things in this fight, or she gets, sort of pieced up and out techniqued. Joanne Calderwood is definitely the more technical striker. She has really nice kicks. And if she uses her more technical striking and keeps the pressure on Lauren, but from the outside, meaning pieces her up, kicks in and out, touches her up, moves in and out, and doesn't let herself get backed up against the cage, doesn't let Lauren use her physicality, I think Joanne wins this. But it is a hard fight because Lauren Murphy could just march forward, use her physicality, and make something happen. So that's tricky for sure, but it's a hard pick. I'll let you go before I give a pick here. This is hard. It's physicality versus more technical striking, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of that. I think they're both good strikers. It's really going to be kind of who implements their game plan striking wise the best, in my opinion, at least. I think Calderwood is the side. I think she's got, more of a Muay Thai striker, setups and just the way she goes about her striking is more of a Muay Thai. I think she's got probably more diverse strikes. Murphy has kind of probably better boxing a little, or more boxing, I would say, more boxing focused. This is one of those fights where I think it's probably a pick 'em. Calderwood is where I'm leaning from DraftKings standpoint. I think this could be a slugfest with a ton of points. Either side, you can see they're priced very evenly. So I think it comes down to what you have left in your bankroll type of thing. Or if you have a really strong opinion on one of them, I think there could be a good amount of points out of them for $8,000 or $8,200. It might be worth it. This card is just tough to go after too many values because there's 5-round fights, right? There's always, I feel like, a little bit more value in someone in a 5-round fight that you think can be competitive than somebody in a 3-round fight. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think strike-wise for Monkey Knife Fights, I'm going with more on Murphy, and 131. I'm going to go with less on Calderwood, but more could easily happen. I think
it's 131 is such a high number. That's why this one, they're getting better and better. And I know they're just getting better and better at doing these lines. And this is a hard one. And they're doing a perfect job separating them. So it's not as easy to just blast more or less, but that's a hard line. It's funny.
The best thing about it, though, is I don't know how everyone else is playing, if they're picking a few fights or not, but I think we talked about this.
Do more. Yeah.
Whatever your bankroll is, right, that you want to play in Monkey Knife Fights, I split it up amongst 10 fights that I feel pretty good about the outcome. And generally every week I win. I think I've lost 1 week.
I haven't had it. Yeah. I had one bad week. And that's because
out of 10 now, we're up pretty good in Monkey Knife Fights. There are there's definitely some strategy there. And I think splitting up your bets to more fights is one of the things
Well,
that
and my
works.
bad week was when I didn't do that. I basically max played 2 fights and then I
Right.
lost.
Yeah. That
So, but all the
feast or
week
famine,
play,
Angelo. Come on.
it is. And if you saw our monkey knife fight breakdown last week, I had like $7 left in my account. And that's because I take every single dollar I have and I play all of it every week across all the fights. That's my new approach. It's definitely working for me. It
So he
worked
had
this
about
past weekend.
$1 million on the line last week.
Every week, a million.
Every week.
Um, so that's what I do. That's what I do now. I play all of them. You triple your money. If you don't know what monkey knife fight is and you haven't done this before, I'll do my spiel very quickly. You literally, when you log into the site, you see exactly what you see on the screen here, essentially. Fighter A, fighter B, the strike line, and all you do is pick more or less on both of them. If you hit it, you triple your money. If you play 20, you win 60. You play 10, you win 30. It's the easiest thing in the world. And that's why we say play multiple lines. It's simple math. If you play 10 of them and you lose 5, you've lost 5 out of 10. You still double your money. So it is worth playing as many as possible. Hit what you can hit. If you lose, no big deal. It's not like a bet where if you lose, the money's gone. It's fantasy. You triple each play, you're good to go. And if you want to do that, go to playmkf.com/WeWantPicks and use promo code WWP. They will instantly match your deposit. Use the free match money. Use that. Get comfortable. Then use your real money if you want to. Either way, this is a tougher fight. I agree. Joanne Calderwood is probably the side, but I'm leaning towards Lauren Murphy. I think her streak is not because she's had some favorable matchups, and her streak is just pure determination, grit. She's just incredibly tough, has no quit in her whatsoever. And I think that's what we are going to see on Saturday. I think she's going to come marching forward, get in Joanne Calderwood's face, use that size, that strength, and just be as physical as she can be. And I think she'll grind out a win. Am I going to bet on that? No. But I do think she'll grind out a win. Maybe if those odds move and she becomes a bigger underdog, I'll play that. But at plus 125, that's almost even money. I'm not that confident.
I'm going to dig into this one a little bit more throughout the week because I feel like there's probably a good bet here, but I just want to dig into the tape a little bit more, and I also want to just see where that line moves and a couple props, but I think there's going to be an opportunity on this one.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments what your play is, and if you're placing a bet on this, let us know. I love seeing what you guys are doing because there are bets that I'll see in the comments that I'll just straight up steal them. It's a great bet. And
by the way, if you do sign up for Bet Online, make sure you reach out to us and give us your user ID because we will Venmo you cash. I think shout out to Ansi, one of the OGs of the group. He signed up. He sent us his username. I think Angelo is going to reach out to him, or if he wants to reach out to Angelo, but we will Venmo you some cash for joining. That's in addition to any sort of promotions they run. They have match deposits and all of that. So go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Check out the different options because there's a few different promotions and they're always changing them up. But really, really cool site if you like betting and you like sportsbook. And they have everything else. They have poker too. So
and
if you're like a true degenerate like me, as Angelo likes to say, I'll go on there and I'll play craps, blackjack, you name it.
They don't need a window into your life, Dan. They know enough. And actually, the plus 3.5 on Lauren Murphy is probably a solid bet. But we'll explore that. We do our full betting guide and then the final betting guide on Saturdays.
I think the ultimate low, Angelo, was when we bet that there would, whether or not there would be a cup shot in the Floyd Mayweather.
That was a low. Just rooting for somebody to get hit in the nuts. What a waste of money that
was.
was.
You almost got it. That was a little low.
Yeah, come on, ref.